Greetings, everybody. Consider this as part two of my human rights being always targeted. And this is going to be a story time, for lack of a better expression. In 2007, I took my then 12-year-old daughter to a doctor for just a routine checkup just before school. And when I went to him, he was very friendly. And he proceeded to tell us that the day before we came, he brought his 17 or 18-year-old daughter to different university campuses to check out the universities because she got admitted to several universities. And so he went and took her to all the different opening houses or whatever, just so she can really decide which one she was going to accept. And as he spoke of his daughter so proudly, you could see, you know, daddy pride just dripping. He started talking to my 12-year-old daughter and asked her what she was doing in school and, all kinds of questions you would ask 12-year-olds and, showing interest in my child. So he was not just attending to our health needs. He was, sort of building a rapport with us. At least that's what he was trying to show us, that he's a doctor that cares about us. And as he was conversating with her, he started asking her about boys. And I said, she's just turned 12. And she was the type of 12-year-old that was still playing with Barbies. Girl loved her Barbies, every collection, of course, all the black Barbies I could find. I was buying for her for birthday or for holiday or whatever celebration I was buying her. This is what she always wanted. And so when he was telling her about, asking her about boys, I was like, she's only 12. She was my little baby. He says, what does that mean? That doesn't matter. Again, he asked me to step out of the room. You see, at that time, I was not as conscious as I am now because I was so used to a doctor telling me, let me talk to your daughter alone. So I gave him the chance to have a conversation with her. And when I came back and he's like, oh, I spoke to your daughter. The only thing is this time I'm like, no, whatever you discussed, I need to know. What are you talking to with my daughter? So while she might not say everything in front of my face, I was putting him in a position to say, listen, whatever you say to my 12-year-old, I need to be privy to that. Me and my daughter had a great relationship. My aunt Bag, as I always refer to her to this day. So I know whatever she told him, she would have told me, but I just wanted to correct him. And he said, I told her if she needed birth control, she can come to me. I said, birth control for my 12-year-old? So I'm getting to see this man disrespect. See, in the beginning, what seemed like an innocent concern, now I realize it's a 1, 2, 3. His 17, 18-year-old daughter was getting ready for university, and he was preparing my 12-year-old daughter for sex. Yes. So when I look back now and look at my relationship with some of these ones, no matter how nice they seem, they always had this superior attitude. They always want the best for their children and had no expectation from ours, and took the time to lead our children. Our beautiful rose that was from our garden, they wanted to pluck our rose and throw it out, even as they fed theirs and nourished theirs. Some of theirs are like weed, and no matter how terrible they are, they cover for their own. Their kids always have forgiveness. Their kids always get an explanation or an excuse for why they were doing things. They were young. The brain is not closed up properly yet. Let our black kids do a fraction of what their kids do. And you hear that they're monsters and they're thugs. And these ones are thinking that we forget and that we don't know and that we will trust them to take our children and do things to them without our understanding or knowings. And you're always looking for an opportunity to lie on your kids. And when you catch them and you call them out, they start telling you how wonderful your kid is. But they don't know that we know they don't care about us. So to come with this fake concern in our time, they're playing themselves because we know the truth that they don't care about us. But we have to care about ourselves. We have to stop waiting for someone else to care about us. We have to care for ourselves and each other. That is very important. And that's the point of this video. It's a joke when they actually think that we don't know the truth. You know, when everybody else is changing or everybody is growing, these ones who have the worst mind and the worst history are still doing the same things and thinking that they can blindfold us in 2021. No, too many stories, too much history, too much dirty water under the bridge for us to get to the point now we look the other way and we pretend like we don't know. Stay blessed, everybody. Ascend.